There comes a moment in life when nothing makes sense anymore. You wake up with the same heartbeat, the same face in the mirror, the same world outside your window, but something inside you has changed. The dreams that once kept you awake at night now feel heavy. The confidence you carried so naturally has been replaced by questions. The smile you used to wear without thinking now takes effort. Life has a way of doing that. It doesn't always announce the storm before it arrives. Sometimes it walks quietly into your life, sits beside you, and begins taking away the things you thought would always be there. A relationship ends without warning. A career you spent years building suddenly falls apart. A trusted friend disappears when you need them most. The future you imagined fades until you barely recognize it. And then you're left standing in the middle of the wreckage, asking yourself one question: why me? Maybe you've asked that question more times than you can count. Maybe you've looked around and wondered why everyone else seems to be moving forward while you're fighting just to make it through another day. Maybe you've smiled in public while carrying battles no one could see. Maybe you've convinced everyone that you're okay because explaining the pain feels harder than hiding it. The hardest battles are often the invisible ones. No one hears the conversations you have with yourself at 2 in the morning. No one feels the weight of the expectations you carry. No one sees the fear that follows you into every new opportunity, whispering that you'll fail again because you failed before. But here's something you need to hear. Being broken does not mean you are finished. Read that again in your heart. Being broken does not mean your story is over.
A seed must split before it can grow. Iron must face fire before it becomes strong. A mountain is shaped by storms that refuse to stop. Nature has never feared the process of breaking because it understands something we often forget. Transformation is rarely comfortable. The version of you that is meant to live your greatest life cannot always exist inside the comfort of your old one. That's why life shakes you, not always to destroy you, sometimes to wake you up, sometimes to separate you from the habits that kept you small, sometimes to pull you away from people who loved the version of you that refused to grow. Sometimes your greatest blessing arrives wearing the disguise of your greatest disappointment. But pain has a strange language. If you don't understand it, you mistake every challenge for punishment. You mistake every delay for failure. You mistake every closed door for the end. Yet what if that closed door was protecting you from walking into the wrong room? What if the delay was preparing you for something you are not ready to carry today? What if losing what you wanted was the first step toward becoming who you were always meant to become? These are difficult questions because pain demands immediate answers. Growth asks for patience.
And patience is one of the hardest things to practice when your world feels like it's falling apart. The truth is, most people never lose because life defeated them. They lose because they surrender long before life has finished teaching them. The first disappointment convinces them they aren't talented enough. The first rejection convinces them they aren't worthy enough. The first mistake convinces them they aren't capable enough. Little by little, they stop believing in possibilities. Not because possibilities disappeared, because hope quietly packed its bags and left. Fear moved into the empty space. Fear has an incredible talent. It makes imaginary walls feel stronger than real opportunities. It tells you to stay where you are, because at least the pain you're familiar with feels safer than the uncertainty you've never faced. So you settle. You settle for less respect than you deserve. You settle for smaller dreams than your heart still whispers about. You settle for routines that drain your spirit because they feel predictable. And every day you stay there, a small piece of your potential goes silent. Comfort is one of life's most beautiful prisons. Its bars are invisible. Its doors are unlocked. Yet millions never leave. Not because they can't, because they're afraid of what waits outside. Then there are the voices. Some belong to strangers. Some belong to friends. Some belong to family. But the loudest voice often belongs to the one inside your own mind, the one that remembers every failure, every embarrassment, every missed opportunity, every regret. It becomes a relentless critic, replaying old memories until you begin treating your past as if it were your future. You stop introducing yourself as the person you could become. You introduce yourself as the person who failed before. That is one of the greatest tragedies of all, because your past was never meant to become your permanent address. It was only supposed to be a place you passed through. Think about a river. It doesn't stop flowing because it hits a rock. It moves around it, over it.
Sometimes it slowly wears the obstacle down until the impossible becomes ordinary. The river keeps moving because movement is its nature. Growth should become yours. There will always be obstacles. There will always be criticism. There will always be moments when nothing seems fair. The question is not whether resistance will appear. The question is whether you will allow resistance to define you. Life doesn't hand out victories to people who never struggle. It shapes champions through resistance. Every challenge is asking the same silent question. Who are you when everything becomes difficult? Anyone can believe when life is easy. Anyone can smile when everything works. Anyone can dream when success seems guaranteed. But who are you when the lights go out? Who are you when the applause disappears? Who are you when no one believes in your vision except you?
That is where character begins. Not in comfort, not in celebration, but in the quiet moments when no one is watching and you make one more decision to keep going. Because somewhere beyond this pain is a version of you that your current struggles are trying to introduce. And the moment you stop asking, why is this happening to me? And begin asking, what is this trying to build within me? Everything starts to change.